Hi friends, and welcome back. For today's lesson, you will need your thinking cap, your listening ears, and your sketches of the ideas for your magnificent thing. If you don't have your sketches, just pause the video, go get them, and come press play when you're ready. Okay, let's get started with our learning target. Today's learning target says, I can write details about my magnificent thing using describing words. Let's read that again. I can write details about my magnificent thing using describing words. Now our learning target says that we'll be writing words and that we'll use describing words to write. So what does it mean to describe something? If you have an idea of what describing means, can you whisper that into your hand and let it go when I count to 3? 1, 2, 3. Yes! Describing means that you're giving details about something, usually details about what something looks like. So today we'll be giving details about what our magnificent thing ideas look like. The little girl in our text, she started her planning step by using her imagination to think of some ideas for what she wanted her magnificent thing to be. Then she started sketching out those ideas. And that's what we did too. We used our imagination to decide what we wanted to make, and then we started our sketches. Today, we're going to add to those sketches and continue working on our planning step by adding labels and words to describe what our magnificent thing is. Go ahead and get out your sketch of your magnificent thing. I'll get mine too. Okay, I have my sketch ready. Show me a thumbs up if you have your sketch. Good. I have not shown you my sketch yet, so I'm going to put it on the screen so that you can take a minute to look at my idea for my magnificent thing. As you can see, my magnificent thing is pencil holders. I want to make 2 pencil holders for my classroom. On the pencil holders, I want to put the words sharpened and unsharpened. That way, my students know which place to put which pencils. It'll help us stay organized. The pencil holders are round, and I think I'm going to make them out of toilet paper rolls or maybe a heavy cardstock or some cans. They have to be big enough to hold lots of pencils because we have a lot of pencils in our classroom. And I think that I want them to be blue. I just used a lot of describing words to tell you about my idea for my magnificent thing. Do you remember any of the describing words that I used? What was that one? Round, yes. That's the shape that it will need to be. It will have to be round so that my students can put the pencils inside. Do you remember any other describing words that I used? Maybe the color or the size. That's right. I'd like them to be big, and I don't have to have them be blue, but that's my favorite color, so maybe I want them to be blue too. I also mentioned some words that I want to use on the pencil holders. Good. Now, I'm going to label my sketch with all of those words that I just told you that described my magnificent thing. Can you do that too? Take a look at your magnificent thing. Think of the shape, the size, the color. What will it feel like? Those are all describing words. Can you take your sketch and tell me some describing words about your magnificent thing? Good. Sometimes it also helps if we close our eyes and you imagine in your mind what your magnificent thing will look like in the end. Good describing words, yes. Good. Now our learning target said that we're going to be writing those describing words. Take your sketch, or sketches if you have more than one, and I want you to start by labeling your sketch. So I'm going to get out my writing utensil. Okay, I'm ready. And I'm going to start writing those describing words on my sketch. Remember, the first one that I told you was round. So I'm going to draw a line and write round. What were some of the other describing words that I gave you? That's right, I said that it has to be big. So I'm going to write big and blue. So I'm going to write blue. And I mentioned that I wanted my pencil holders to be made out of possibly toilet paper rolls. So I'm going to add that detail to my sketch also so that I can remember it later. Made of toilet paper rolls. Okay, I have now labeled my sketches with all of those describing words. Now, if I handed my sketch to someone, they could not only see what my idea was, but they could read the details about it too. Now I want to invite you to do the same thing. Get out a writing utensil, like a pencil, and your sketches. Now, you're going to pause the video and take 5 to 10 minutes to write as many describing words as you can think of. Put as much detail as you can, describing what your magnificent thing will look like. Then, once your page is full of describing words, press play to keep working. I hope that you were able to add lots of details and descriptive describing words to your sketch. Let's make sure that we hit our target today. Today's learning target said, I can write details about my magnificent thing using describing words. And that's just what you did. You labeled your sketch with lots of describing words. Now, all of those words came right from your noggin. But today, during independent work, you will either be adding more descriptive words and details to your sketch or sketches if you have more than one sketch, or your teacher may want you to do page 19 from your EL workbook. On that page, you will be writing out sentences about your magnificent thing. And your page will look like this. Whether your teacher wants you to do the workbook page or add descriptive words, you have done a wonderful job working even harder on our first step, planning. And this hard work has gotten you even closer to your next step. Thank you for joining me today and working so hard. I will see you next time.